الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب أعوذ بك من همزات الشياطين أعوذ بك رب أن يحضرون ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Continuing with the abstract, we're going into Surah Maryam. Kaf ha ya ayn sad. After, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, these letters are only known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They definitely substantiate everything that He has mentioned in this Quran to be that in which is true, and that in which He has refuted, He's refuting it totally and completely by these letters. Dhikru rahmati rabbika, a mention of the mercy of your Lord. Abdahu Zakaria, to his servant Zakaria. Idnada, when he called Rabbahu, his Lord. Nida'an khafiyya, in a low voice. Qala Rabbi, he said, my Lord, inni wahana al-'azmu minni, my bones are weakened. Washta'ala ra'su shayba, and my head flares with hoariness. In other words, that I'm gray hair now. Walam akum bidu'a'ika rabbi shaqiyya, yet my Lord, I have never been unsuccessful in prayer towards you, towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything that I have asked you for, you have granted. وَإِنِّي خِفْتُ الْمَوَالِيَ مِنْ وَرَائِي, and surely I fear my cousins after me. وَكَانَتْ امْرَأَتِي عَاقِرًا, yet my wife is barren, she can no longer have children. فَهَبْ لِي مِنْ لَدُنْكَ وَلِيًّا, therefore grant me an heir. Now Zakaria did not have any children, this is clear. But the cousins that he's mentioning, these were very, very, according to the tafsir, he knew that they were very evil people. And he wanted for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him a child whom he would be able to teach and prepare to confront and deal, or to remind, to take the position of prophethood. يرثني ويرث من آل يعقوب, again, who should inherit me and inherit from the children of Yaqub. وَاجْعَلْهُ رَبِّ رَضِيًّا, and my Lord, make him among those who you are pleased with. Ya Zakaria, Allah Ta'ala says, O Zakaria, inna nubashiruka, we are giving you glad tidings, bi ghulamin ismuhu Yahya, of a child, his name is going to be Yahya. Lam naj'al lahu min qablu samiyya, we have not made before anyone his equal. There's no name, this is the first name. قال ربي أنى يكون لي غلاما, he said, oh my Lord, how is there going to be a son to me? وكانت امرأتي عاقرة, and my wife is barren. قد بلغت من الكبر عتيا, and I have reached an age myself I cannot have children. كذلك قال ربك, the angel said to him, verily indeed this is what your Lord said, هو علي هين, he is the one. It is easy for him. وَقَدْ خَلَقْتُكَ مِنْ قَبْلُ, and he created you before. وَلَمْ تَكُ شَيْئًا, when you were nothing. قَالَ رَبِّ اجْعَلْ لِي آيَةً, then Zakaria says, oh my Lord, make for me a sign. قَالَ آيَتُكَ, he said, your sign. أَلَّا تُكَلِّمَ النَّاسَ, you are not to talk to the people ثَلَاثَ لَيَالٍ سَوِيًّا, for 3 nights in succession while being in sound health. The tafsir says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually disabled him to talking altogether. Unfortunately, there are some who believe, or myself at one point, I believe that he was fasting, and in the fast they did not talk, so by choice. But no, according to Ibn Kathir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took his ability away from talking, and this was a sign for him. فَخَرَجَ عَلَى قَوْمِهِ مِنَ الْمِحْرَابِ, so he went towards his people. فَأَوْحَى إِلَيْهِمْ, and also he encouraged them, أَنْ سَبِّحُوا بُكْرَةً وَعَشِيًّا, that they should glorify Allah morning and evening. Ya Yahya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, now, O Yahya, خُذِ الْكِتَابَ, take the book, بِقُوَّةٍ, with strength, وَآتَيْنَاهُ, and we gave him حُكْمَ صَبِيًّا, we granted him wisdom as a child. This is Yahya again, very young. حَنَانًا مِنْ لَدُنَّا وَزَكَاةً, and tenderness from us and purity. This is what Allah Ta'ala bestowed. وَكَانَ تَقِيًّا, and he was one who guarded away from evil. One of the things about Prophet Yahya alayhi salatu wasalam, he used to frequent the graves, and he used to stay there, and he used to cry a lot just in remembrance. His story is very interesting, as all prophets. Mainly, he was speaking out against the truth, and he was killed because of that. Allah Ta'ala give us the ability to embrace and understand the lives of the prophets. Inshallah, I mean. وَبَرًّا بِوَالِدَيْهِ, and dutiful to his parents he was. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ جَبَّارًا عَصِيًّا, and he was not insolent or disobedient. وَسَلَامٌ عَلَيْهِ, and peace be upon him. يَوْمَ وُلِدَ, on the day that he was born. وَيَوْمَ يَمُوتُ, on the day that he died. وَيَوْمَ يُبْعَثُ حَيًّا, on the day that he is resurrected. وَذَكُرْ فِي الْكِتَابِ, and remember Maryam in the kitab, in the book. إِذِ انْتَبَذَتْ مِنْ أَهْلِهَا, when she drew aside from her family, مَكَانًا شَرْقِيًّا, to a place in the east. This place in the east, it is not actually like she was traveling eastwards, but the place in the east is a portion of the synagogues that they had, where Maryam, her quarters was made for her in the east. فَاتَّخَذَتْ مِن دُونِهِمْ حِجَابًا, so she took a veil to screen herself. أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْهَا, and we sent upon her روحنا, our soul, meaning Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam. فَتَمَثَّلَ لَهَا بَشْرًا سَوِيًّا, and he appeared to her in the form of a man. قالت إني أعوذ بالرحمن منك, she said to him, I seek refuge in Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, from you. Minka in kunta taqiyya, if you fear him. This is what she says when she sees Jibril in the form of a man. Now, the tafsir says that when she mentioned this particularly, when she got to Ar-Rahman, Jibril could not stop himself but to start, and he began to change back into the form of an angel. So, being that he was this close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he felt what she had said, so much so that he could not stop himself, and immediately he says, إِنَّمَا أَنَا رَسُولُ رَبِّكَ, I am a prophet from your Lord. لِأَهَبَ لَكِ غُلَامًا زَكِيًّا, that I'll give you a pure boy. This is glad tidings of a pure boy. قالت أَنَّا يَكُونُ لِي غُلَامٌ, she says, how am I going to have a boy? وَلَمْ يَمْسَسْنِي بَشَرٌ, and I have not been touched by a human being. وَلَمْ أَكُ بَغِيًّا, and neither have I been unchaste. So I'm virgin. Nobody has touched me. How am I going to have a child? وَلَكَذَلِكِ قَالَ رَبُّكَ, he said, this is what your Lord has conveyed. هُوَ عَلَيَّ هَيِّنٌ, it is easy for him. وَلِنَجْعَلَهُ, and we will make him آيَةً لِلنَّاسِ, as a sign for the human being. وَرَحْمَةً مِنَّا, and mercy from us. وَكَانَ أَمْرًا مَقْضِيًّا, and this is the matter that he has decreed. فَحَمَلَتُ, so she bore him, she conceives him. And the tafsir also talks about how Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam, the fashion that Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam breathed into her. But that's again a tafsir, and this is just abstract. So we'll leave that for that, and this for this. So then she withdrew herself with the child to a remote place. And again, the tafsir is more explanatory on that. Allah give us the wisdom to understand it better than what we are alluding to, inshallah. فَأَجَاءَهَا الْمَخَاضُ إِلَى جِذْعِ النَّخْلَةِ, so then she has the throws the child compelled to betake herself to the trunk of the tree. So when she says, قَالَ يَا لَيْتَنِي مِتُّ قَبْلَ هَذَا وَكُنْتُ نَسْيًا مَنْسِيًّا, oh, that I have died before this and had been a thing of the past or forgotten. In this instance, also the narrators are giving a different. First of all, فأجاءها المخاض إلى جذع النخلة ساقط عليك قالت يا ليتني مت قبل هذا وكنت نسيا منسيا. So when she's at the trunk of the tree, and she is talking, she's saying that I would rather have died before this, or I would rather have been able to put this behind me. Who is she talking to? She's talking to Isa. Some mufassirin say that at this point she is actually talking to the child. She's having a conversation with Isa at this time. Allah Ta'ala knows best. فَنَادَاهَا مِن تَحْتِهَا. And this is why that's why it's being said so, this particular ayah particularly. Then the child called out to her from beneath her. فَنَادَاهَا مِن تَحْتِهَا أَلَّا تَحْزَنِي. Do not grieve. قَدْ جَعَلَ رَبُّكِ تَحْتَكِ سَرِيًّا. Surely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made a stream to flow below you, beneath you. And what this stream is, again, the Mufassirin have different interpretations on that. However, هُزِّي إِلَيْكِ بِجِذْعِ النَّخْلَةِ. But shake this trunk, the trunk of this palm tree, it will drop. What will drop? تُسَاقِطْ عَلَيْكِ رُطَبًا جَنِيًّا. Fresh ripe dates will drop from it. And again, if we look at the time of the year this was, we will know that Isa was definitely not born in the winter time. فَكُلِي, eat, وَاشْرَبِي, and drink, وَقَرِّي عَيْنَا, and refresh the eyes. فَإِمَّا تَرَيِنَّ مِنَ الْبَشَرِ أَحَدًا. You will find, if you see any mortal, anyone, any human being, قُولِي إِنِّي نَظَرْتُ لِلرَّحْمَنِ صَوْمًا. I'm observing fast. So Isa is telling her that I'm to do this. Isa ibn Maryam is telling her that I am observing fast. فَلَنْ أُكَلِّمَ الْيَوْمَ إِنْسِيًّا. And I should not speak to any man today. فَأَتَتْ بِهِ قَوْمَهَا تَحْمِلُهُ. And then came to her a people carrying him with her. So قالوا يا مريم. And they said to her, O Maryam, لقد جئت شيئا فريا. You have done something very strange. يا أخت هارون. O you sister of Harun. ما كان أبوك امرأ سوء. Your father, your mother, your parents were never involved into any type of evil deed like this. وما كان أمك بغيا. Your mother was not an unchaste woman. So what's going on? Ukhta Harun. Harun was one that, again, Mufassirin will say that she favored this individual Harun in worship. Some will say that. Some will say that she actually was being referred to as Ukhta Harun because she came from the tribe of the same one that Harun came from. Allah Ta'ala knows best, but definitely not the actual sister of Harun. فأشارت إليه. She pointed to him. She pointed to who? She pointed to the cradle, Isa. قالوا, and they said, كيف نكلم? How can we speak to من كان في المهد صبيا? A child who is in the cradle. قال إني عبد الله. He said, I am the servant of Allah. آتاني الكتاب. He has given me the book. وجعلني نبيا. And he has made me prophet. وجعلني مباركا. He has made me blessed. أينما كنت, wherever I am. وأوصاني بالصلاة. And he has enjoyed the salah, the prayer. والزكاة, and the giving of charity. ما دمت حيا. The poor rate, so long as I lived. So long as I lived to do such things. برًا بوالدتي. And be dutiful to my mother. ولم يجعلني. And has not made me insolent or disobedient or unblessed one. جبارا شقيا. والسلام علي. And peace be upon me. يوم ولدت. On the day that I was born. ويوم أموت. And the day that I die. ويوم أبعث حيا. In the day that I am raised up from life. ذلك عيسى بن مريم. That is Isa, the son of Mary. قول الحق. This is the truth. This is the truth, the saying. الذي فيه يمترون. About which they dispute. ما كان لله. It is not befitting for Allah أن يتخذ ولد, to take a son. Subhana, all praises and glory be to him. إذا قضى أمرا, when he wills for something. إنما يقول له كن فيكون. He says, be, and it is. وإن الله, and verily Allah, Rabbi is my Lord, وَرَبُّكُمْ, and your Lord, فَعْبُدُوهُ, therefore worship him. هذا صراط مستقيم. This is the righteous path, the path of righteousness. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. فاختلف الأحزاب من بينهم. But parties from among them disagreed from among them. قول فويل للذين. And punishment be to those who كفروا من مشهد يوم يوعدون. Those who reject because of presence on a great day. Because of the presence on a great day. They reject the presence of the great day, being witnesses on that great day, as if they're not going to be part of it. أسمع بهم وأبصر. How clearly shall I hear and see يوم يأتوننا, on that day? How clearly Should they hear it and should they see it? Allah Ta'ala, He decides. At some point, He's going to make them a'ma. He will make them blind, where they cannot see anything, but they can hear everything. So they hear the agonies, but they cannot see it. And they say, Rabbi lima hashartani a'ma wa qad kuntu basira. Why did you make us blind when we used to be able to see? And then in some cases, Allah Ta'ala will make them